Alright everyone, how's it going? And I'm going to try a little bit of a different video today. It's just going to be my attempt to show you how to play the FIFA but also enjoy it but also be effective as well, because I think that's the vital combination. I think it's one thing to play good football, but it's another thing to actually make it effective and beat the people who just do lob through balls, crosses, etc. all the time. So in this video I'm going to try and attempt to show you to sort of replicate the Barcelona style. Now I know a lot of you might say, oh, Barcelona, they're not that good anymore, should be like Bayern Munich. But if you're going to say that, then just think of it as the Barcelona of 09 or 2011, whatever one you prefer really. Because if you watched football at the time, you'll know that Barcelona, they just played such great football. They just passed it around, lots of short passes, lots of pressing down the opponents. They just played really good football to watch, and it looked so simple, but it isn't so simple in a way because it's hard to produce. But if you are looking to buy some cheap Ultimate Team coins, then be sure to check out utcoinsforyou.com. Links are in the description, and if you use the discount code VIMTO, then you get 5% off all purchases. Enough talking about that anyway, I'll get straight into it. Now the first thing, and something which is really quite important, is the formation. Now the formation, there is quite a few you can use, and you can probably make it work with quite a lot of formations, but you really do want something that's quite versatile, something that you've got a lot of options with. And I use the 4-3-1-2 in this situation, and it isn't the only one you can use. You could probably use 4-3-3, 4-1-2-1-2, there's probably quite a lot you could use, but from what I've noticed, you really do need two players which sort of link up the defence to midfield and the midfield to attack. Because as you can see in this formation, I've got a CDM, which means he can link up the centre backs to the centre midfielders, and then I've got Oscar at cam who can link up the strikers to the centre midfielders. So you've sort of got that base in midfield and, well, attacking midfield and defensive midfield, which sort of links up the team and makes that passing, flowing movement a lot easier to produce. And then also you've got the right back and the left back who will overlap, and they're very useful actually. You might not think about it that much, but if you want to use this effectively, you're going to need an overlapping right back and left back, because they will create the width a lot of the time, especially if you don't have any actual wingers like I don't in this formation. But Barcelona in real life, the main way they keep the ball is passing triangles. Triangles, 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 that's what they do all the time, and it sounds quite simple and a bit basic. But if you ever see a video of Barcelona and you analyse it closely, you will notice that they always make passing triangles. And that means it is pretty straightforward. It is as simple as it sounds. You have three players, one has each corner of the triangle, and you just play a simple pass on each base of the triangle, making sure all players touch the ball. A simple triangle is fine and it will keep the ball, but in order to get to that next step of creating chances, you need to make some player runs. Now what I often do is with the first player, I will hold L1 or LB, and that means that player makes a running pass. So they'll pass the ball, and then after that pass they'll make a run. So as you can see, I make a first triangle here with the three players, then straight away there's a second triangle that's already opened up. But that means now that I can just then got that player who's made the run from the first pass, who's then continuing his run. So as I'm doing this second triangle, I'm creating space with the triangle alone, but I've also got a player making a run. But as well as trying to look for passing triangles and players making triangular type shapes, you also just want to be doing relatively simple passes, and they're quite short ones as well, because that's what Barcelona do. They make so many passes, and a lot of those passes don't actually create anything directly, but the act in itself keeps possession, and that in turn then makes chances and creates space. And it can also create frustration in the opponent. If he sees you having the ball and making so many passes, they can get a bit annoyed. They can lunge in and put pressure on you, which also means it opens up more space. Another important thing to note as well is don't always hold L1 or LB if you're on Xbox. The best players to make the running pass with is the fullback, because obviously they make the overlapping runs, or one of the centre midfielders. Now and again, if you just want them to make a run through the middle and then find them with a pass, that's fine, but don't always hold it because it drags players out of position. And as Barcelona do, always try and pass it out from the back. And I know that can be quite risky, and now and again they will catch you out and you probably will concede a goal from it, but more times than not you will benefit from this. And as with this example here, I pass it out from the free kick. And another important thing to note here is that the base of both of these triangles are my CDM and my CAM, because like I said at the start of the video, those are the two positions which will link up midfield and attack and defence all together. So I get the ball with Sandro, make a quick triangle, give it to Oscar, who's my CAM, who makes another link with the triangle, and then it's a goal. Nice little chip there, I don't know why I brought his keeper out. But try and start from the back and look for the base of the triangle, which is sort of like the tip bit, because they all start one triangle and connect it to another triangle. It does sound a little bit complicated when I explain it like this, but it isn't really, it's quite simple. It's essentially just trying to link your midfield to your attack using that one player in between both of them. It's very unpredictable, that's the idea of possession football. You might think it's quite obvious and you do the same thing all the time, but if you're doing that, then you're probably doing it wrong. You need to mix it up. Sometimes do some long balls, not often, try to stick to short passes. Do a mixture of triangles, 1-2s. Now and again I'll do a little bit of dribbling, but the idea of this is that you don't do too much dribbling, and you'll create a lot of space from it. As you can see here, this guy just dives into all the tackles because he just can't get the ball. It's moving too quick for him, he can't keep up with the play. And they do create a lot of chances, it's just good fun to play with as well. It might not come to you straight away, it might not look as easy as it is in the video, and maybe you might not get into it at all. Maybe your style of play is more direct. but I'd recommend giving it a go anyway. It is quite fun to play, it does offer a bit more variety, and it just makes the game a bit more fun again, because I think I get sick of the game sometimes. It can be quite repetitive for a football game. Good fun to play. I know I haven't really talked about the defensive side of it yet at all. I might get onto that in another video, because I know that Barcelona's style is pressing the ball down very quickly, having pretty nimble centre back, and they have changed over the years, but I'm trying to refer to Barcelona's style of about 4 or 5 years ago when Guardiola was in charge, and they just used to pass all the time and press really high up the pitch. So maybe I'll move on to the best ways to press your opponent next game and try and incorporate the entire Barcelona style into FIFA. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this type of video. It was a little bit different for me. I just wanted to share something with you that will hopefully help you enjoy the game a little bit more, and I guess I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.